Hi Amit, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Congratulations.
And to you too.
Yeah, thank you. So now you own a Hilux.
Yeah,
You've been an Isuzu owner
Yeah.
for a good 7 years.
yeah, that's right.
Do you want to mention a couple of other cars that you have currently?
Uh, let's talk about the trucks.
No, but let's just mention it so that people have context. So what do you drive as a daily?
I have a BMW 330i.
Which we shall talk about later. Let's now start talking about the Hilux. Why did you get the Hilux if you already had the V Cross?
So, when the Hilux was launched at a price point of 45 lakhs, I looked at the car, but the price was prohibitive. Because of which I did not take a look at it again. But being an let's say an initial first lot Isuzu owner, I got the car at a fantastic price. And so when I compared it to a 45 lakh Hilux, I felt it was out of reach in a
Yeah.
way because of the price point. But as you know, you were in the market for a Hilux, and we managed to get a good price on the
Yeah.
car. Hence, I decided to make the switch. But the fact remains that if you compare both of the trucks, the Isuzu, the initial lot of the Isuzu, they were very basic trucks. They were manuals, minus the bells and whistles. They didn't even have a stereo. So we had to do a lot of accessorizing to make it usable. But if you compare it to the Hilux, it's got all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
So it's fully loaded. It's an automatic. I think it's got diff lockers also.
Yeah.
And so
I think it's got BLD at the rear.
yeah. So if I look at this versus that, this is a far better product today. If I compare even today's generation Isuzu that's available in the market to this is far superior.
Right.
And of course, Toyota Hilux has been around for decades now.
Yeah.
So Toyota reliability. Of course, Isuzu was also reliable in 7 years, except for basic services. Periodic maintenance. There's nothing I needed to do in the truck.
Right. So how many kilometers have you done on the Hilux so far in about 3 weeks of ownership?
I have done about a little over 2,000 kilometers.
And you've even got the first service done.
Yes, I have.
You've done 2 trips to Jaipur as well.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about use case for the pickup? Because many people, they're buying this to do off-roading in it, which I feel is not the right use for a pickup.
See, a lot of people have a misconception that just because it's a 4x4, it's good for off-roading. Now, these are pickup trucks. The application is not really off-roading. It is carrying loads and passengers over all kinds of terrain. So it could be, muddy, rocky, but it's not a hardcore off-road vehicle because a pickup truck has a lot of overhang at the back. So when you need basically for four-wheel, for trails and off-roading, you need a short wheelbase. This is not a short wheelbase.
Yeah.
So this is more of a people and a goods or
Carrier. Yeah.
So and that is primarily my application. I want to go out of town with my family. There is stuff that I want to carry in it. So it fulfills all the requirements.
So just for a little bit of context, how many kilometers did you do in your Isuzu in about 7 years?
About 66,000 or so.
And
But again, I did a lot of
highway cruising,
yeah,
right?
so I think 3 or 4 times I went to Hyderabad. One time I went to Goa. So it was primarily outstation.
And the Goa trip was a non-stop 36-hour drive, right?
33.
33 hour
Yeah,
drive.
so we are 2 drivers. We did non-stop Delhi, Goa in 33 hours.
And this is where this vehicle absolutely shines, a pickup,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
put in your
and Japanese reliability. The vehicle ran non-stop. We just stopped for toilet breaks and for meals. So it was pretty much non-stop.
right. And how many times did you end up engaging 4x4 in your Isuzu in 7 years?
Very rarely, because there is enough power in these trucks in 4x2 mode only to handle pretty much all kinds of terrain. It's
Yeah.
only when it gets really sticky that you need 4x4 for low rather.
Yeah. I remember when we went on that Chitkul drive back in 2018 or 19, that was the only time I saw you engage 4x4. That too for a very brief period.
That was, I think, there was one section where we were stuck,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it was all muddy.
Yeah.
So we needed more traction.
Yeah.
But see, that's exactly my point. I mean, I can count the number of times I've engaged 4-low.
Right. So how big of an upgrade does the Hilux now feel over the Isuzu, considering the Isuzu is about, let's say, 32, 33 on road today, and the Hilux with discounts would be, let's say, close. Not, we're not going to get into specifics, but let's say not very far off from there. So what do you think? Would you recommend anybody getting the Isuzu today?
Not really, because, for example, the same version is still selling today, which was there when it was launched in 2016.
Right.
And in spite of the facelift happening globally, I think they launched the facelift somewhere, if I'm not wrong, 18 or 19 in Thailand.
20, I think.
No, it was before COVID.
Okay.
So in spite of that, and there are people who are willing to upgrade. I'm talking about particularly Isuzu owners.
Right.
They have told the company that, you know, there is a need, bring in the facelift. But in spite of that, they've not. So at that price point, it feels dated.
Right. Okay, so coming back to the Hilux, you've made some changes to the Hilux. Everybody personalizes their car. What all have you done, and could you give us the reasoning behind the modifications, or whatever accessories that you've added to the car?
So if I compare the Hilux to the V Cross, there I had to do a lot of stuff. Wherein I changed my shockers, I put in a space arm to control the roll, I put in comfort shackles, a lot of small things. But in this, I have kept it pretty much stock, because one, I mean, these have been learnings over the last 7 years, that there's no end to accessorization. So it's and these vehicles in a stock condition also, to a very large extent, are comfortable. And I mean, I'm talking about the Hilux. I have just about changed the tires, because they came with Bristol Dueler HT tires, which were road tires, and they're pretty flimsy.
So what did you get?
I got Pirelli Scorpion ATRs.
And what was the reason to get these specific tires?
Basically, Michelin is not really available in the market. On my V Cross, I used to use Michelin LTX Force, and they're very silent and very comfortable tires. So I was looking for something with road comfort, as well as in case there is trail driving also. So these fit both the requirements. The Scorpion ATRs, there's very less road noise, there's a lot of road comfort, it's a soft compound and does the job. So that was primarily the reason to change. I have not upsized, I'm using a stock size.
265, 60,
18.
R18.
Yeah. Because again, I've taken extended warranty, so I understand that Toyota is pretty fussy over warranty. So just to keep everything stock, I've not really
Okay.
changed, played around with the vehicle.
Anything else that you've done to the vehicle?
Nothing really. I mean,
Basics like a dash cam and
yes. So I always use a dash cam.
Can we take a look?
Yes. So I have a dash cam. I used to use it in my Isuzu, which I have now installed in this. It's a Transcend dash cam. It's done me service for the last 10 years. No complaints at all.
Okay. Anything else that you have planned for the vehicle? Like a trifold cover or something?
Yes, so I plan to put in a trifold and a lockable a boot, because when you're carrying stuff, luggage and all that, the boot needs to be secured.
Yeah, so for example, for context, this is my Hilux, and this is a trifold on it, and it's just convenient to use. Your whatever, your luggage stays completely secure. You can take it off if you want to transport your motorcycles.
Correct.
Amit is also a motorcyclist, guys. He's the owner of Speed Monks Performance Center, and it's been a while since he last rode, but we'll get into that much later. Then Amit, a lot of people also change the alloys.
That's right.
No such thoughts here?
No, because you see, aftermarket alloys look nice, but what I've come to realize is the kind of durability that exists with stock alloys, OEM alloys rather. They are much more durable.
Okay.
Whereas aftermarket alloys, I have found them to be less durable and more fancy.
Yeah.
So that's why I prefer to stick.
Also, they look pretty good, I would say.
These are the same alloys that come in the Fortuner.
Yeah.
People just change it for for show, but from a utility perspective, they work really well.
And what do you have to say about the size of the vehicle? Like, does it ever bother you in traffic or parking?
Not really. Yes, parking in the city it does tend to be difficult because parking attendants and parking lots, they consider this to take up 2 vehicle space, so it gets a bit tight. But otherwise, once you've driven a pickup truck, you get used to the dimensions.
Yeah, and you've been driving one for 7 years.
Yeah, so you know how to handle it.
Correct, correct. Do you find there's a blind spot on the left side because you sit so high up? What I feel is every time a motorcyclist comes from the left and tries to overtake me, they just take me by surprise because I have no idea that somebody's coming from the left.
Yes, that is a challenge, but you will get used to it over time.
Okay.
Because as I said, you get used to the dimensions of the truck and you know where it ends.
Right.
So even on your blind spot, and as a rule, you will, because you're in a long vehicle and you're sitting so far high up that you tend to be more careful.
Right.
Because two-wheelers are not, they're zigzagging through traffic and they suddenly make cuts, turns and all that. So you tend to be more careful.
Okay, and since you've driven it twice on the highway now, 2 Jaipur trips, how does it feel on the highway in terms of power, in terms of how convenient the cruise control is, how is the ride like, fuel consumption?
So there are no complaints about power. It's 204 bhp. There's plenty of power available in it. It's the cruise control works really well. There's hardly anything for the driver to do, so it's really convenient. The ride is a bit bumpy, but again, it's expected because it is a pickup truck. It has rear leaf suspension, leaf springs. Leaf springs also tend to settle over time.
Yeah.
But again, do not expect the same ride as a car would give you.
Yeah.
Because this is not a car, this is a pickup truck, and obviously because of the leaf springs, it is gonna be a stiffer ride.
But maybe if you had a little bit of weight in the car, at
Yes.
least in the bed, it would have settled down nicely.
Yes. So I plan to just get a tow bar. The tow bar should be about some
40-50 kilos.
40-50 kgs. So that will also put in a certain amount of weight at the back. But what a lot of people do is they put 200 kilo sacks and all that at the back.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the Isuzu group used to do that. The vehicle used to be more settled.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
coming to the fuel efficiency, it gives you about, I think, 11 and a half on the highway.
And what do you get in the city?
Difficult to tell, honestly, but I'm guessing somewhere around should be 9-10.
Right. Yeah, I'm getting the same.
It's about the same that I used to get in my Isuzu. 9 to 10 was the range, in my opinion.
And do you feel there's anything lacking in the car that you would have liked Toyota to provide?
Yes, like the doors lock, but there's no auto unlock. So when you switch off the vehicle, the doors should unlock on their own. I think maybe the feature should be present because if it's auto lock is there, the hardware is already in place. And second is auto folding mirrors.
Right.
They should have given it.
Yeah, I got them on my car.
Right.
So if I unlock it,
Yeah, exactly.
so the mirrors
it's not
and if I lock it now,
right. Correct. So
and it cost me less than 2,000 rupees.
So this is not something that is out of the ordinary. They could have given it. I mean, there's nothing really that you would have done, right? It would have been a coupler to coupler.
Coupler to coupler attachment.
So the provision is there, is what I'm saying.
Right.
They've just put the cable in and activated it.
Right.
So these are small things which, and I think that's pretty much it. Besides that, there's really nothing. They've given side steps as OEM, so nothing to complain about.
And how do you find the seats? Do you find them comfortable enough?
Seats are comfortable, yeah.
Do you
They
miss
leatherite.
ventilated seats?
Yes, but again, I don't think at this price point they would have given it, because
Right.
again, it's priced on the higher side.
Right. So when you went to Jaipur, you've got 2 kids. Did they sit at the back? Did
No,
anybody complain?
I did a solo trip.
Oh, you did a
Yeah,
solo
yeah,
trip.
yeah.
Okay. And how is Anu liking the vehicle?
Very nice. It's from an Isuzu to this. There's a stark change. So,
Yeah.
So the family is also happy with it. The ride quality and interiors as well.
Cool. So I think that pretty much gives us an idea of how an Isuzu owner is liking his Hilux. If you guys have questions that you would like to ask Amit, or if you'd like to ask me, you can always put them down in the comments box below, and we will try to answer them specific questions. Right now, this is just a general overview of how the two vehicles are. By the way, since we have both the trucks here, let me also show you something. So the Hilux comes with a lot of chrome parts on it. The front grille is all chrome. I got mine blacked out. Let me know what you guys think of this. Then there's also something very specific. By the way, Amit paid money and got a fancy number, 0033. Okay, he's on a call right now. But check this out. The funny thing here is he got a series which starts with AL. So right now his number reads Alu 33. What do you have to say about that? You paid money to get Alu 33.
Yeah, always a 33 fan. At 33 on number of vehicles, so.
And the potato is your favorite vegetable.
Yeah, absolutely. What's life without aloo?
Alright guys, we're gonna end this over here. Thank you so much, Amit.
Pleasure.
Have a nice day guys. Bye bye.